Hey guys, I got another mower. I'm about to go drop it off over at my dad's right now, but that's what it looks like. Guy said it worked. The guy said the engine at least runs fine. Does see it needs some work, and I've got parts on order for it. This lever here is broken. It doesn't stay where it's supposed to be for the front wheel drive. But and also this is the wrong cable for the engine brake control, so that's on order as well. But other than that, this one actually doesn't need much. The guy does have it, the pull cord coming out of the wrong place. It's supposed to be over there on that side. So I'm probably going to have to end up buying a new little hook for it too. Oh guys, so as you can see, I picked up another mower. This one is a PowerPro with a Briggs & Stratton 5.5 horsepower quantum motor. I don't think I've had one of these before, at least with this motor. Has a side port. Everything seems to be in good shape. I already tipped it over and looked at the blade and everything. I think it's okay here. But it is front wheel drive. Needs some work though. I guess from what he was saying, his girlfriend or wife or whoever broke the lever here for the speed selector for the transmission, or the gear selector, whatever it is, and it doesn't lock in place. And if you look right in there, you can kind of see that something's broken inside. So I'm going to have to end up taking this thing apart anyways and seeing if I can even salvage this. I did look online, and surprisingly parts are still made for this mower, even though it was, I believe it was made in the early 90s. That's the model number though. If any of you care to pause the video, there you go. But a little bit of surface rust here. Really not too bad though. It does have good compression. When that engine brake was hooked up, he had it hooked up wrong, but I did pull the pull cord and it has good compression. It looks like it's been fairly well maintained, you know, given how old it is. It does have oil in it. It has a little bit more than it should. That's okay. One thing that I was really surprised about is there's not a drop of gas in the tank at all. So it's going to need gas, but the tank is clean. I thought that was really weird. I don't know if, because he mentioned his, I think he said he was living with his grandmother or his mom, I can't remember, but he said he bought her another mower for whatever reason, and must have put that gas in from this mower to the new mower. It does have start throttle control. That's cool, and that does work. At least the linkage does. But I'll go ahead and drop it off at my dad's right now. Oh boy. There we go, jump cut. See how looks like you guys are gonna get another angle here because I'm using my my cell phone mount. Hopefully stupid thing doesn't fall off the window, which it probably will. And it might be a little shaky because, well, it's not the best in the world, but it should work. And my brake light and ABS light are still on. I have no idea why. I haven't even had time yet to give that a look over. So today, I'm going to Vegas with another friend of mine. So this mower in the back, unfortunately I did have to pay for it. It seems like I get much better luck when I put an ad up on Craigslist saying, you know, I'll give you at most $10 to $15 for a lawnmower, whether it's running or not. Had a few people call me, and of course, because it's Craigslist, quite a few people have flaked out. And I see the camera is jerking a lot right now, so I apologize if that's pretty bad. Just pulling into my dad's house right now. I loved living out here. I mean, it's considered to be out in the country, but the houses aren't nearly as close together as they are in the city. There's the Nissan. So let's go ahead and unload this thing and we'll get going. And so here it is with all the other mowers and the tiller. I was supposed to get another one yesterday, but the people, of course, never called me back. And I just noticed that the bag at one point was ripped on this. Somebody stitched it up. Yes, it works. Here's a closer look at it. Quantum 5.5 Briggs & Stratton motor. Other than the stuff that it needs, as far as the parts go, I haven't really done much more than check the compression. I might just go ahead and replace the pull cord on it, just because of the way this one looks. But I did check the compression pretty awkwardly when this thing was around the other side and actually functioned with the engine brake. The compression's good. I really don't doubt that this thing probably doesn't need much more than just a carb cleaning. The blade's straight, the crankshaft is fine. Might need a new wheel here pretty soon. Might, or I could just rip that part off. Doesn't really matter all that much. But this one here is ready for sale. I need to really just clean all these up. This tiller here, I'm pretty sure it's not getting spark. And I say that because I checked everything else. I haven't really checked the carb yet or anything with the gas tank. That all needs a good cleaning, I can almost guarantee that. But I took the spark plug out and grounded it out on the side of the motor, of course with the wire still attached to it, and it just wasn't getting spark. So I need to give some attention to that and probably sand the points down or something. Usually these magnetos don't really wear out on these. It's just the rust and everything that gets in the way, kind of hampers them from doing their job. And by the way, those mowers, I'm probably not going to put them up for sale just yet. I'm probably going to wait till the end of the winter or early spring, because that's really when the buyer's market is for them. People don't generally mow during the winter like they do the spring and summer, so that's when I'm going to get the best rate of return on them. The Ranger's running good. It hasn't been leaking or anything at all. That new radiator that I put in, that off-brand Chinese one, I think it's the Chinese one, it's been holding up just fine. And I'm sure some of you guys are wondering why I've been seeming to drag my feet with the Nissan here. Don't worry too much. I have parts on order because I'm going to go ahead and reseal the bottom part of the oil pan. I've determined to be that's where that part is leaking from. You can just see all the residue all around it and everything. The silicone sealant, it requires Permatex Ultra Gray RTV. Doesn't require a gasket, surprisingly. And I also have a caulk gun on the way. Got a really good deal on both of them. So as soon as I get those, which it'll probably be early next week based on the shipping stuff, probably next weekend is when I'm going to really start hammering this thing out. And maybe next week I'll end up taking that bumper in with the old one and having it painted and color matched and whatnot. Then at least I can start putting the face back together. And I still need to source the wheel liners. Really, after that, I think we'll be set, guys. I don't think this car, other than, you know, detailing and waxing and stuff like that, I don't think it's going to need too much more. These wheels are still good, of course. So that's kind of what I'm dealing with the Nissan. It's really not too much else going on. It's been really busy with work and stuff. I forgot to close the tailgate. These bungee cords that I got for free years ago have always come in handy. So guys, that's kind of what we're looking at least for, you know, the next video's worth of work that I'm going to be doing. God, I hope I'm not getting sick. Last time I was sick around this time, and last year I was sick around this time, and fuck, I hate being sick. I mean, doesn't everybody, but still. So, really, the Nissan doesn't need too much more work. The Ranger needs some work. which I just haven't gotten around to doing yet, of course. And today I'm pretty much going to be busy. I'm probably going to be sleeping by the time I get back because we're going to Vegas, which is like 6 hours away. Picking my buddy up from the airport and hopefully coming straight home. And believe me, I don't want to stay in Vegas any longer than I have to. I'm not really into gambling at all, actually. And I don't drink anymore. Well, I don't drink anymore. So that's really not something I want to take part in anyways. Just there's too many freaks in Vegas for me, I'll tell you guys that much. But, of course, aside from all that, Saturday and Sunday, I don't know what I'm going to be up to. Hopefully I'll be doing something. But if this thing that I've got turns out to be, you know, me being sick, it's definitely going to put a slowdown on a few things. And we're not leaving here till about 2. So I might get some videos on the way there and on the way to Vegas and at Vegas maybe. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens. I've honestly never been there. I've been to Nevada several times. Been to Reno, been to Carson City, been to Fallon because there's a base there, and I was doing some work out at that base. Haven't been there in a while though. Really nice city. Not even really a city. It's more of just like a large town. But at least the heater's working good. Anyways, guys, y'all stay